All right, we have gotten Diane lifted. Again, we chose to use our Blonde Me 9 Plus. We mixed that 1 to 2 parts with our 20 volume Blonde Me Developer. So you can see we've got, the lift that we needed at the regrowth area. We didn't really pull through on the mids and ends. So you'll see there's some area that needs to be toned here towards the regrowth area. And then we just want to throw something on the mids and ends to give us a little bit of polish. So to achieve that regrowth kind of almost shadow root, we're going with our IGORA Vibrance, and today we're choosing a combination of our 8-46, which is a level 8, primarily beige, and this beige in Schwarzkopf is like a cool gold, or like a muted gold. It both plays the warm and cool side of the color wheel. 6 is chocolate. So our 8-46 is a level 8 beige with chocolate, which is going to look beautiful on her. This is going to give us like that milky kind of bubble tea color. But to make sure that we're grounded and to make sure that we have decent deposit closer to the regrowth, because we don't want anything screaming right at the regrowth, because the second her hair grows out, her level 4, in contrast with all of this light hair, it's going to be a bit of a jump. So today we're going to deepen the regrowth, or essentially tone down the area that we highlighted. And to make sure that we get a good grounding, we're mixing the 8-46 with our 7-0. We're probably going to do 2 parts of the 8 and 1 part of the 7. Now, something unique that we're doing is we're mixing that with our IGORA Vibrance Activator Lotion, and we're using the 13 volume. You may be asking why. We chose to put the little dash of 7 to make sure that we're getting the deposit. The 8-46 is what's going to give us that level 8 kind of a toffee, caramelly, soft candy kind of a blonde. But we're doing that with 13 volume. Why? If you paid attention to one of our other videos, when you use a toner that falls on the alkaline side of the pH scale, and you mix it with a slightly higher developer, which would be our Vibrance 13 volume, the alkalinity and the oxygen create an environment for shift or lift. Basically, and easily put, Vibrance with 13 volume does have the capability to shift to natural base. Now, take a look here. There's a pretty big jump between Diane's natural virgin level 4 and the highlights that you can see here. It's really light. So why we're mixing that 7-0 and 8-46 with 13 volume, not only is it going to blur the line that my highlight has, it's also going to just slightly shift Diane's virgin up a quarter of a level, if that's a thing, and tone at the same time. So that's going to soften the contrast you see from the super light blonde highlight to the virgin hair in between. Now, I know that sounds like a lot. We'll recap. At the regrowth, we're using our 8-46 level 8 beige chocolate with a little bit of our 7-0, 7 neutral, and we're mixing that with a 13 volume to get the shift and deposit at the same time. The ends, we're basically going to mix our IGORA Vibrance 9.5-46, or pastel beige chocolate. So we're continuing the beige chocolate story in the mid-lengths and ends just to give a lot of that shine and polish. So we're going to mix that up and get started now. Okay, so we're doing 40 grams of 8-46, and we're going to do 20 grams of our 7-0. Cool. What? And we're going to do 1-to-1 with our 4% 13 volume. And Vibrance is mixed equal parts. So we're going to do 60 grams of colors in the bowl, 60 grams of developer. If you're good with math, it equals out to be 120. If you're not, clear out the scale and do 60 grams of your Activator lotion. While my hands are clean, we're going to go ahead and dispense, but not mix, our mid-lengths and ends toner. which is our IGORA VIBRANCE 9.5-46. So pastel beige chocolate. We're gonna put this all over the entirety of the mid-lengths and ends. And because we're just going to worry about getting it all over the rest of the hair, we're really not worried about precision. We just want to get it on and we want to get it everywhere. So the nice thing about Vibrance is that you can mix it with a lotion for a bowl and brush application, which is what we're going to be doing at the regrowth. But if I want, I could mix up my IGORA Vibrance in a bottle, and our gel activator is going to make for a really great bottle consistency, so that I can actually mix it up in here and squeeze it out onto the rest of the hair and get some pretty decent coverage. So personally, you could put a bottle on the scale. However, I like to use the measuring lines on the side. So every bottle of IGORA Vibrance is 2 ounces. So we're gonna do 2 ounces of our gel activator for a total of 4 ounces of color. Do not shake this yet. So I'm just going to put this to the side. And we'll show you a little tip later. Don't shake it. We just want it on the ready so that we can move into the application on the mids and ends. Ooh, fun. It looks like burnt caramel pudding.
Ooh, yummy.
Would you like to try it? All right. Normally, we have an application within Schwarzkopf Professional called Ask Essential Skills. This is a foundational way that we apply color, that we foil. Today, we're going to use a toner application technique. I'm going to do our mix of 8-46 and 7-0 with 13 volumetric regrowth, and I'm going to apply it because it's with the lotion activator with a bowl and brush. Once I get that everywhere, I'm just going to shake up the rest of what's in my bottle, the 9.5-46, squirt that on the mids and ends, make sure it's saturated for great penetration, let it develop, and we will cut to the end result when we're done. So basically, I'm going through here and applying my toner where the hair has lifted the brightest. If you're interested in kind of catching up on some fundamental skill sets, you can visit the E-Academy on our Schwarzkopf-Professional USA website and click under the Education tab. If you're doing a bowl and brush application of a toner and you need to get that toner on really quick at the bowl, sometimes your fundamental application techniques might need to go on vacation for just a minute. One of my favorite things to do to get something on so fast is to make a part in the hair, and then instead of applying the color as you would section by section like you would for a touch-up, take your brush, load some product on it, and lay it perpendicular to the section and just go, and then all you have to do is brush up once or twice and you've got that whole section. We finished putting on the regrowth area. This is our IGORA Vibrance 9.5-46. We've mixed this with the 6-volume gel for the bottle application. I'm sure everybody has seen this tip before, but I love it because I've ruined plenty of clothes. Before you shake your toners, squeeze the bottle, put your finger over the top of the nozzle of the bottle, then shake it. And this way, when you take your finger off, the little explosions that comes out of the bottle, the air is forced to suck everything back into the bottle so you don't get any fireworks. And then really all you're going to do here is section the hair with your bottle and apply it to the mids and the ends. So you can see we have our bottle or bowl and brush here. All you're doing with the 9.5-46, I went down on the initial section to where I basically stopped with the lightener and the highlighting. So when I put on my mids and ends, I'm going to kind of just go over where I was and pull down through the middle and the rest of the hair. This way it kind of melts and it gives you that nice blending in between. And you can just really take big sections because the point here is to get it on the hair and get the hair saturated. So I'm going to squeeze this out of the bottle right onto the hair. And you can even see with the IGORA Vibrance on the hair like it is right now, it just gives you such, I mean, you can see the shine even though the hair is wet. It's kind of if you know kind of a thing. Let's get to the other side. Guys, this is like for real what I would do in the salon. If Diane came to me, this is exactly how I would do it. Maybe even at the bowl if I needed the time. If I did have the time to take her back to the chair, I would do it like you're seeing now. But yeah, squeeze that on the mids and ends. Make sure I'm getting a nice blend. Saturate, saturate, saturate. Flip. All right. We have this one little bit in the back. We are going to let Diane sit and develop for the full 20 minutes. We will come back. We'll show you what the end result is with our regrowth toner, the mids and ends toner, and then we wanted you to see what the hair looks like when it's toned and wet, and what the hair looks like when it's toned and dry. So you can see the difference between wet blonde hair and toned, dried out, beautifully blown out blonde hair. Big difference. Stay tuned.